The Cheeseboy 628 Show, starring Cheeseboy 628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy 628 here today giving you a UU tier Pokemon Showdown battle. Now let's get right into the team preview here. I've got my boy GnashPlay's team with my Banded Durant, Special Wall Umbreon, Unaware Physically Defensive Quagsire, Life Orb, Swords Dance Virizion, Scarf Raikou, and Physically Defensive Nidoqueen. Now looking at my opponent's team, for one I see as Nidoqueen and Nidoking, which is kind of weird seeing as they have the exact same typing with their dual stabs, and I definitely wouldn't recommend that because team balance wise it's not too effective, but it will kind of benefit him in this battle as my Raikou won't be able to get much Volt Switch momentum. But the biggest threat I see on his side is his Honchkrow, because if it gets a couple of Moxie boosts, whether it's Scarfed or Life Orb, it's going to be a threat. And so Raikou will be a nice check to it, but Quagsire should be fine too, being able to take a Brave Bird. Because of being unaware, the stat boost won't matter, and then I could retaliate with a Waterfall and hopefully wither it down enough from there, but I'm not too sure. Also, if he has a Swords Dance Acrobatic Sceptile, that is definitely having some potential to sweeping my entire team. So, let's see how this battle goes. So I'm going to start with my Nidoqueen just to get my rocks up first turn. He does have a spinner, but it would be nice just to get my rocks up to cause some residual damage. Now, he does have Nidoking in, and Earth Power is super obvious, and Umbreon can just take hits for days. So I go for the foul play, turns out it brings in Nidoqueen and shows that it's a bulky variant. So this should give me the opportunity to go for my own Stealth Rocks. And although I don't have a spinner, this could be a bit of an issue, but not too bad. So I go for the EP instead of the Stealth Rocks, just in case if he tried wanting to switch out, or just to get some nice damage on that Nidoqueen. And so now he brings in his Nidoking again, and I'm thinking I do have potential getting my rocks up still, and that would be very nice to hinder that Honchkrow. So I'm going to hope that I can still get those rocks up eventually. So he misses the Focus Blast here. I'm thinking that probably could have killed from that range, but I'm not too sure. Probably would have been pretty close, but nonetheless he does miss, and judging by that damage of 54%, and I was at like 40-ish or so, I'm thinking that would have killed. So it's definitely fortunate on my end. I mean, it is Focus Miss for a reason. So I'm going to Wish Stall a bit, go for some foul plays, and that'll definitely be able to stall him out as long as he doesn't hit too many Focus Blasts in a row. So I'm just going to go for a couple more foul plays. He brings in his Hitmontop, and of course it resists, and it seems like he's a bulky variant with those lefties, and plus how well he takes the foul play. Now he goes in Nidoking and makes a nice play predicting probably my Nidoqueen, and I'm thinking maybe he'll overpredict, I don't know, but now my Nidoqueen goes down and I can no longer get my rocks up. But I'm thinking he's probably a Life Orb variant, so I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade, take him out. Now I see the Sceptile, and he is the Acrobatics variant actually, and gets a crit on my Umbreon, which is really unfortunate. Now, a huge misplay on his part is him going for the Swords Dance, because if he just would have taken me out here, I would have lost my Special Wall, and that would have been pretty nice for his side, although all of his special attackers are gone now. So he's just going to go for the Brave Bird with his Honchkrow now, and he does get that Mox boost. So my only hope really is my Physically Defensive Unaware Quagsire, and with all that recoil he's receiving, I should be able to take him out with a Waterfall maybe, or I could just go for the Recover to start stalling him out. What I wanted to say earlier was my Durant plus my Virizion are very powerful offensively to his team, as Iron Heads plus Close Combats plus Leaf Blades are just very nice to his team and can do neutral damage to just about anything. So I'm still just stalling out this Honchkrow here, and I'm almost done stalling him out. I go for the Toxic just in case he tries to roost stall a bit, but yeah, he goes for the Brave Bird with Toxic plus Brave Bird recoil plus Life Orb. He finally goes down. So I bring in my Durant now, and he brings in his Hitmontop and of course gets the Intimidate. So I'm thinking, do I switch out or do I just go for a nice Iron Head? And I just go for the Iron Head. Unfortunately I miss. It is like 80 accuracy, so it's understandable. And after he goes for the CC, he gets a -1 defense drop, so I'm thinking maybe the Iron Head could kill, but no, he's like fully physically bulky, judging by that damage. And now he brings in Umbreon, and I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, knowing he's going to want to switch out, and I'm just going to bring in my Virizion. Now I could go for the Swords Dance here. He can't really go for the foul play if he has it because it's justified, and he actually has the Yawn, and this is huge. I'm wondering if he has the Protect, so I'm going to scout for that with Raikou right now, and it turns out he does. Because if I went for the CC while he went for the Protect, I would have been asleep, of course, and my win condition would have been asleep, and that would just not be a good time because Raikou can go for T-bolts all day. Whether it's modest or not, Umbreon is going to take these hits like no other. So I just need to figure out how I'm going to be able to get a Swords Dance off and then potentially take him out. But what actually happens is I get him paralyzed. So of course Synchronize brings the paralysis onto me, so anytime I feel like taking a yawn, I can of course go to Raikou and not even worry about going to sleep. Now it goes for the yawn again, and I can't stay in. I don't care if he protects or whatever, he's probably going to do that, and I just cannot risk any chance of my Virizion going to sleep. So he actually gets paralyzed this turn, and the amount of paras he gets is definitely key. I have to predict extremely well in order to get this correct. He does have Wish, and he's just extremely bulky, he's extremely defensive. There's just a lot of issues right now. Basically my goal is to try to convince him that I'm just going to stay in and just have him foul play me over and over again. As you see here, he goes for the foul play, and if I stay in one more turn, I'm going to lose my Raikou. So I'm going to bring in my Virizion now, and he gets paralyzed. I don't know what he went for there. He could have went for yawn, he could have went for foul play. But now he brings in his Hitmontop, and I just go for the CC, see how much it does, and since he's bulky, I know I'm going to outspeed, and I just want to take this thing out, which would be really nice. So, this Hitmontop goes down, all he has left is freaking Umbreon. If this thing puts me to sleep, it's probably over. I'm going to go into Raikou right now, and he's going to go for the yawn. And basically, Raikou's going to die from rocks no matter what, so I might as well stay in, get some damage out with this T-Bolt. And that's exactly my plan right now. I bring him down to about 25%. He goes for the yawn, maybe predicting that I go into Virizion that turn to try setting up on him. But no, my goal here is just to get a bit of chip damage on him, so a CC or Swords Dance plus CC should be able to take him out. But if I can take him out in one Life Orb CC, that would be very nice for me. So what my opponent noticed is T-Bolts do about 25%, so after a couple wishes, he's able to get back to full health while also being able to kill off my Raikou with a foul play, because he wants to be at as much health as possible. So, he goes for the yawn, and he gets paralyzed the turn after. So I can go for the CC, and not fall asleep before I take out that Umbreon and win with the extremely narrow 1-0 victory. So that was intense, that for sure, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.